Hey there. Today I thought I would just take a look at realtor.com and look and see what kind of properties we have in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So if I was looking for property, I come here. We recently purchased 116 acres up near Newberry in the Upper Peninsula, and this is kind of the thing I would do every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and just trying to find property for sale. So if you come here and then you can just search the area you're looking for. So Michigan, it pulls up um, relevant listings to you, and then I would just recommend you zoom into the area you're looking for, and it will pull anything that's in this map area. You can, if you're very specific, like if you wanted to be out here, you could draw a line, like I only want to be here, and it'll show you just that area, which is kind of handy. Um, Depending on how long you're looking and how specific your needs are, that may or may not work for you. Um, so you come here, you can sort by price, property type. You know, if you want there to be a home on the property, I would usually take off the hiding. I would hide the pending contingent because, you know, I don't want to see something I can't buy. And then I would usually put in, you know, a max, which I would give yourself some leeway room because you can always make offers below the asking price if you want a home or if you just want land. If you want a bedroom, do that. There's a lot of different things out here. For me, it was important to have some decent acreage, so I'm just going to put in 2 acres minimum for today. But you can get very specific if you wanted. You can also save those searches for future reference. Um, so, and then the other thing I would do would be to look for the newest listings, just because if something is good and just listed, it's going to go fast. So it's important to have your finances in order and yeah, be ready to make offers and get your hands on your down payment or you know your cash to make an offer. So this looks very interesting to me. So I'm looking for under 200,000 and I believe I put in 2 acres or more. So there's quite a few things here. This one looks this is new, so let me look at this one here. Cute little cottage, 250, so very small. 3.44 acres is nice. It has an address, which is very good. It must mean there's utilities, I'm guessing. Just listed. Today is 10/27/2024, so this would have been listed yesterday, which is awesome. So everybody has got this on their new list. And then here is some details. 12 by 16 cabin, 3.4 acres of hardwoods across the road from a lake with access to the lake, so that's nice. Has electric, has 30 and 50 amp RV hookups, so you can bring your camper up there and be ready to roll. Has a new well pump, cedar shake exterior, white oak floors, cabin feel, natural light flowing. It has a deck, sleeping loft, cabinet, shelves, insulation, which is important in the UP. Has a stove, clearing for a camper. Could serve as a site for a garage or structure, an outdoorsman's. Okay, so sounds like a one-room property. I'm just looking down. I like to look and see the history because you can see maybe it's been for sale the past 3 years and they just keep listing it over and over again. So, or maybe somebody just bought it 6 months ago and they painted it and now they're flipping it. So looking at the history, you can see how often it's been listed, which is handy. Down here, I didn't really find a lot of, I wouldn't rely heavily on this information. I think a lot of times the realtors are just putting things together and throwing them out here. I even found sometimes they'll put, oh, it's residential zoning, but when I call the zoning office, it's not. So you just have to double check everything, do your due diligence to make sure on what you're getting yourself into and what you want. Make sure that you're not constricted by zoning. So this is really cute. It's very pretty fall picture. There's the deck. You can see, looks like the power, maybe that's the power over here. Some blocks. So go through, look at pictures. It did say it had a loft. So there's a little kitchen on the main floor. There's the stove that looks pretty nice. And you can click on these and make them larger and more of a scrolling scenario. So there's the bedroom, some outdoors. You can see the water and the well and all of that. Power. They have a fire pit and some wood. It's very pretty, very treed. Lots of nice sized trees. This must be the driveway. Looks like it's off the road a bit. There's pictures of the lake, which you're not on the lake. I think it said it was down the street or something, but you have access, deeded access, which is really nice. So deeded access is probably, I would guess that it's probably shared with other folks on that road, maybe. Very nice. This must be some local area or something. Nice and wooded. There's a picture, must be from last winter. Okay, so now you can go back. So then from here, you can see in the top here, Mackinac County, St. Ignace, and the address. So there's your county. It doesn't always give you the township, but you should be able to find that out pretty easily. You can look at the map here to see where this is located, how many neighbors there are. So it looks like there's quite a few properties here. There's the lake across the street, like it said. Let me zoom out here and see. It said St. Ignace, which is St. Ignace, excuse me, is way down here. So this is up kind of a bit from St. Ignace. So probably, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe from St. Ignace. So yeah, so that doesn't look like too bad of an area. You can also do these layers, which is handy. You can see like you're on a lake. Is this going to be a flood zone? It looks like that's pretty good. There's some other things on here that you can look at if you like. The next thing that I would do is check for wetlands, and there is a website. I'll put this link in the description for Michigan. I'm sure, I think this may be US, yeah, US, I think. But if you do a map search, it'll load up a map and you can put in an address if you have it. Some properties don't have a real address, so you have to kind of find it. But if you go to search, get rid of this disclaimer, search, and then we'll put that address in. So Jersey Road, St. Ignace, and it'll take you right to the address. So then here we have different views. If you go to the base map view, you can do a hybrid, which is satellite and location, I think. Here, let's see what this one looks like. You can also look at it from the different years, so you can see what it looked like in 2020, to 1998. Like if you're interested in tree growth, that's kind of fun to look at. Yeah, so then let me put that address back in there. There. So this property it was in this side of the road, right? So is not in a wetland. So all this orange is the wetland information. So if you go to the legend and wetland data, you can see this is and I don't have any idea what this stuff means, except I know that when you apply the wetlands filter, it comes up that it's in a wetlands. And from what I understand, you can't build, or you're very limited in what you can do with wetlands. So just make sure that the full property isn't in orange, and I think you'll be okay. And this one looks pretty good. The next thing I would do in researching the property is I would look at the county, and you can, a lot of times, depending on the county, and I just search Mackinac County, it's this GIS map is usually the tax map, and you can find that, and you just go to the map viewer, and sometimes you can get information, sometimes you can't, sometimes you may have to pay for a lookup. In this case, I think Mackinac County, I can search, and I'm going to search by address because I do have that, and it is 1687, and then I have that address in my copy here. It wants the street, so I'm just going to get rid of all this except for the West Jersey Road and hit search, and we'll see if we get it. Hey, yes. Okay. So then if we pull that up, it took us to the map. So this is the parcel right here. There's a bunch of people on the lake and fewer people over here. So that's good. So if you click on it, you can see the owner is Earl Avenue LLC. And if I show details, so that's the owner. The owner lives in Allenson, Michigan, which is interesting. So this is not their primary residence. It's a little small probably for primary residence, but you can get the parcel number. So if you want to find out more information about this parcel, write this down, and then you can call the zoning office and say, I have this parcel number. I want to know what the zoning is. I found that just because it says residential in here does not mean that's what the zoning is. It has a different meaning to the tax people. So don't go by that. It does give you kind of a value, which is good just for like what the taxes are based on. And we can actually see what the value was for the last couple years, which is nice. What the legal description is they have, when it was sold. So somebody bought it in 2020. They fixed it up for a few years maybe, and then now they're going to sell it again. So, but this is kind of good to give you an idea about what the taxes may be. Just know that Michigan has some wonky property tax rules. And for example, the year you buy it, you may pay this exact same rate that the previous owner paid. However, the following year, Michigan does a reassessment, and they'll base it on the value, and that is pretty much tied to what you paid for it. So if you're buying a property that hasn't sold for 20 years, what the current owners are paying could be drastically lower than what you'll pay just because of the difference of value from back then to now. There could be a really big difference in that. And I believe Michigan does have a website, and maybe I can find that and put that in the description, where you can put in like your property details, and that'll give you an estimate of what your property tax will be. So just know that this isn't what you're going to pay. It could be double, it could be similar, But yeah, you just have to look it up and research it before you buy. All right, so the other thing I would do is look at Google Maps, and I do this for a couple reasons. You want to know like where you're going to get gas, where you're going to get groceries. You want to know what's in the area, how close are you to the snowmobile trails and that kind of thing. Do that. You can turn on the layers in Google Maps and you can see the the actual satellite image, which is fun to do. So you can see, it's like, okay, there's some houses here. You can go to Google Earth also, which will give you a bit of a different kind of a view. So you can see all the trees, which is kind of neat. You can see, like, here's their driveway in. They're off the road a little bit. Looks like it's probably a dirt road, 2-track. Looks like I see grass in the middle. So whether or not you can get to this in the winter, I'm not sure. I don't know that they mentioned. A lot of times they'll say seasonal access on the description. So I'm just going to try and look and see. So here's directions to get there. That might be something to double check with the realtor. If you're interested in this one, just make sure who's maintaining that road. The other thing I always look for is HOA, being that this seems to be on a road with a bunch of other people. Like, though it looks like it goes around, maybe not, but do you have to pay any kind of fee to have that road maintained? Or that would be something else that kind of pops to my mind. Being on a lake, a lot of times there are rules and HOA and things that you have to abide by. But overall, this is a very cute wooded cabin, not too far from town, close to a lake. It's a little dock. It's probably good. If you're a fisherman and are interested, you might want to double check and see, is this lake got good fish in it or not? Or do they allow boats with a certain a certain size motor? Sometimes lakes do that, so that would be something to ask. This looks very new to me. It looks like it's well maintained. It looks like I've seen some really thrown together cabins, and this looks really nice. Yeah. So if I was evaluating this, I would, this is a little small for my taste, but I would hit save this listing. I would find out who the realtor is. I would contact the realtor office directly. A lot of times at the bottom of these pages, it tells you who the realtor is. So let's see here. Nearby homes. So here is Coldwell Banker. So I would try and find this Coldwell Banker Ted Ottaway, and I would contact them through their website or call the office directly and tell them you're interested in this, and get out and get boots on the ground and take a look at it. Contact the zoning, and if you have any other special uses, like, just because they have a place for campers to be parked there does not necessarily mean that the county or the township allows you to have a camper parked there all year round or whatever. So call the zoning and make sure that what they have there is legal and that you can do what you want to do. But yeah, I would reach out to this Coldwell Banker. If you click this here, it goes to realtor.com. Realtor.com sends you emails. That and basically they just reach out and contact the realtor that's selling this, which is fine. But I feel, for me, I always felt better just going to the realtor's website, which may actually give you more information. because it will probably be listed on their website also. Let me just do that quick and see what comes up. So this realtor's in Cedarville, Michigan. I'm not sure where that is. And here's that listing, right? So this sometimes it takes you right to realtor, but this looks like they have it right on their page. So you can give this a view and see if there's any additional information. And then I would just call this guy and say, hey, I want to walk that property, take a look at it, get that set up, call the zoning office and find out about zoning and anything funny that may be going on with the property that you should be aware of if you do buy it. And yeah, that's a nice property. So I just wanted to show you how I would look at a property and what to do, and be sure you look at the wetlands map and the tax information you can get your hands on. And this is really cute. I wish I had money. All right, thanks. Bye.